Okay.
Live.
It's recording.
Oh my gosh.
We want light.
I sent him this sway.
This
So
is what we're grading.
yeah. So you're gonna grade me. So I'm gonna start my lesson right now. Let me just get in the zone. Science lessons on falling. How many of you have ever fallen before?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. We all know about falling. It relates to your life, doesn't it? Yeah.
Sometimes.
Okay.
How does it relate to my life? Can you explain how it relates to my life?
I want you to think about how falling relates to your life. So if you look at these two pictures here, what do you think would happen if I let go of the bowling ball and the feather at the same time and pretend like you're a sixth grader?
The bowling ball hits the ground first.
Okay, sixth grader. Sixth grader, tell me, what do you think would make the bowling ball hit the ground first?
It's heavy. It's heavy.
Heavier? Okay, does anybody else have any other ideas about what might happen? Just curious. Are there any other?
Do we have to be sixth graders?
The feather might do this in the air.
It's gonna take a feather a longer time.
The
Feather a longer time.
Yeah. Yeah. The feather's longer.
Okay, the feather might touch the ground first then because it's longer.
Yeah, I mean, if the floor is right there.
But the floor doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't weigh the same. Okay, I'm gonna turn the light back on.
Okay, but we don't know what kind of feather it is.
So I just showed you one picture. Sorry about this. I just showed you one picture. So do you guys think that things fall at different speeds depending on whether they're light or fluffy or not?
Yeah.
Have you experienced that in your life where you might drop things and some things take a longer time to fall? How many of you ever made a paper airplane? Have you ever made one that stays up a long time?
Yeah.
Have you ever made some that just goes boop
A lot.
and fall?
Yeah, that's
You want me to make one?
No, that's okay. That's okay.
I watched that episode of The Office where they make airplanes.
Well, I'm going to show you this simulation of things falling. And let me log in here so I have more time. I'm going to show you a simulation of things falling. But just tell me what you see here. Maybe you do want me to turn the lights down a little bit. Yeah, I can do that in the front.
Yeah, there you go.
So tell me what you see in this simulation. It's very strange. There's a lot of parts.
There's one of those things that English people play in that game with the net.
Badminton.
Okay, there's a badminton. Good observation, sixth grader. Very good. What are some other, I guess it's called a shuttlecock.
So you can change the drop item.
Okay, so would you like me to try to change the dropped item from shuttlecock to something else? What would you like it to be?
A rock! I like rocks!
Alright, sixth grader, you had a lot of chances. We're going to go with seventh grader here. Yeah, push.
It's always the older people.
What are some other things that you see? You see a height? Where do you see that?
Initial height. You can say
Make it 12.
Oh, it's going to be a cotton ball 12 meters high. How high is 12 meters high?
Super high.
It's 12 meters.
36 feet.
36 feet. How high is this ceiling?
It's like 4 of me.
8 feet. No, 10 feet.
It's like 3 of me.
Probably 15. So that's about 3 meters. So that would be like 4 stories of Haley Center. Okay, so let's imagine dropping this off the 4th story of Haley Center. Okay, put it in a context where students can relate to it in their lives to make it concrete. Okay, so we've got 4 stories of Haley Center. We're going to drop a cotton ball. What's it going to do? Is it going to be like a feather?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
going to go?
It's
like
light.
this?
Yeah.
Okay. So what does this mean? Atmosphere, air. What you dropping
Through
through?
the atmosphere.
It's falling through the atmosphere. But there can't be anything else other than air, can there?
But it falls through water.
Done.
Dense
air.
What is dense air?
I don't know.
It is dense.
Thick air? Like humid thick air?
Air outside.
Do you you think it'll fall slower or faster through thick humid air?
I don't know what density is. When it's like
It means. Well, let's first just put it back to air. And where do you think I click to make it fall?
The plane. Like on a piece
You ready
of
for me to click play? How many seconds do you think it's going to take to fall 4 stories off Haley Center?
20 seconds.
Cotton ball.
Yeah.
We got 20 seconds. Any
30.
predictions?
12 seconds.
4 stories, Haley
90,
Center.
90 seconds.
Infinity.
A minute and a half.
1 minute and 1/2.
13.2. Hold on to your prediction. Hold on to your prediction.
12
Let's see.
seconds.
It's like the Price is Right.
3 minutes.
It's only seconds.
That was a thump, man.
5 seconds. Cotton ball's done.
Really?
That seems pretty fast. So let's see.
No way.
But that's not Alabama, right?
I think we should test this.
We got to go to Alabama.
Howard,
Air is dense.
yeah.
This is air.
All right.
It's like Florida.
All right. Here we
Is
go.
that swamp air?
Oh my god.
That's slower.
Well, would you look at it? It's heavy. Ah.
Can
we say that the sound is a limitation
Read
of
your
this?
labels.
Wait, you don't not cut
So cotton balls do not make that sound when they fall unless full of marbles.
Unless they're not a cotton ball.
So,
You gotta reset.
what do you think will happen if there's no atmosphere?
There's
None.
nothing.
9.8 meters
No
per
air
second
molecules
squared.
at
I
all.
bet it'll still make the
I
pump
think it'll
sound.
There's still
float.
gravity.
It'll
so
float.
It'll float.
It
It's
would
not
not
float.
It would not float.
We've got 2 opinions. We've got
You don't know
float
anything.
and not float.
Okay, fair enough.
So we'll call faster or slower.
Fast.
It won't move.
Really fast.
I like it.
It's
Won't
gonna
move.
float. All right, hold on to your prediction. Let's see what it's gonna be.
I like what Tom said.
Yeah.
What?
That is
Second
wrong.
of it.
Less than 2 seconds.
Why do you know that?
It's
Because there's no air resistance. Right?
Ooh, I know what that is.
It's like every
What is
section
that?
that says disregarding air resistance.
Right?
all right.
Actually,
I wanted to show you this.
Ooh.
You can add a bounce.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Do you think the cotton
Oh, like it'll
ball?
bounce.
The change to a cotton
It's a bouncy
will
ball.
bounce.
Count
And then you go back to
ball.
not
It's
a
not a
ball.
cotton ball.
Yeah, but that changes it.
Does it not have a bounce anymore?
No.
Nope, doesn't have a bounce anymore.
Like
I
Yeah.
can't make it a cotton ball.
Can we get some Leah?
So the problem is the cotton ball.
Yeah, the cotton ball doesn't bounce, right?
Yeah. That's loose.
Uh-huh.
So you can see how far it would go.
Whoa.
I told you.
So I can change the mass of it. I can
I
change the radius of it.
That's one big ball.
It's not gonna fit
I
down.
can change the height of it. I can make it go all the way up to 60, 100, 100 meters.
That's 93.
I can change the initial velocity. I can change the density of the air
Velocity of 100 miles.
from no density, which means it's a vacuum, to very dense, thick air.
Lots of wind.
So
Whoa.
what is going on here? Oh, it's really dense air.
And it's falling from a very tall height, right?
Is it going to get faster and faster the farther down it goes?
No.
It should.
It's gonna
Sixth
stop.
grade impersonation.
Yeah, it is.
That's not gonna
What if I don't make it dense air?
Just turn all the air off.
Oh.
Yoink.
Oh my
That was
god.
exciting than I
Sounds getting
thought.
faster the longer.
Why is it
Wow.
taking?
It
Wow,
bounced
that's a
that
really
high?
big bounce.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I think we should drop a huge bouncy ball for impersonation.
So what forces are acting on the ball as it's falling? Isn't there something pushing it down?
Yeah.
No.
It's only pushing it down.
Pulling it down?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
When it's bouncing up, is there something pushing it up?
Not really.
Not.
Do some kids think there might be something pushing it up?
Yes.
Yes.
They might think that if something's going up, something must be pushing it up. Let's see if there's an up force pushing on it.
Must come down.
All right, so there's. I don't see. Wait. What is?
What?
Oh.
It says the
What's
force
going
of
on
gravity.
here? Looks like The only force on it is the force of gravity,
How about that?
and it's a negative force.
Sure.
And there's no drag. Why is there no drag?
Because
There's
there's
no
no
air.
air.
No air. There's no buoyancy force pushing up on it because there's no air to push back up. So the resultant force is just a. Now why is it slowing down?
Just looks like it.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just going to sit there and bounce forever, isn't it? No, it's not.
Potential energy is transferring to kinetic energy.
Oh, is it because it's losing? Oh, it's the sound. It's
Yes.
losing some of its energy
It'll also lose some to like heat.
to heat.
Like
That's
science.
right.
I love
That's
this
right.
thought.
This
So
is definitely
without-
6th grade level thought here, but
Lots of friction.
No, we
is
haven't
the-
seen it.
Oh, it's just jamming out to the beat.
Okay. So back to my lesson. My sway was right there. We're gonna wrap this up and see if you've learned anything from this lesson today. I'm gonna show you a couple of cartoons,
Yeah!
and if you turn to your quiz, it's got 5 questions. The first 3 questions have to do with the cartoons. So I want you to watch the first 3 cartoons and tell me what's wrong with the way Wile E. Coyote falls. Just wait. And then you can answer questions 4 and 5 on your own. Are you ready to watch Wile E. Coyote?
Yeah!
right on a fighter.
I can make it bigger or not.
There you go.
Yes, 40 minutes.
No, you only watch first 3. What's wrong with the way Wile E. Coyote falls?
This boy gotta get on
Chases
his
women,
knee.
or does he not?
Yeah, he does.
The biggest
Oh,
issue
yeah.
is the coyotes aren't bipedal. Is the first problem.
Alright, so write down your answer. What's wrong with the way he falls? Here's another one. See, he's making snow and he's sledding on the snow. He runs out of snow. Now, the next one you're going to have to watch really closely. What's wrong with the way all the things fall?
And then he took my
Okay, now I gotta stop the cartoons.
Yeah.
Okay, so then answer the last 2 questions also, and then we'll talk about your quiz. I don't think I'm going to get a very good grade. And then you need to grade me on my performance. I think I did very well. I think I left a bunch of stuff out.
This is the ice maker one.
But I can handle it.
I missed the ice maker one. Was it similar to the first one?
He was putting snow out,
yeah,
snow sledding
I
on
was
it.
putting snow sledding
Like
on it.
after the canyon.
Ran out of snow, and then I should have paused it after each cartoon.
And heavy water.
Oh, I have some water I brought. So I guess I'll just have you turn your quiz in. We won't talk about it. Just have you turn your quiz in, and then turn in your grade for me. And then we'll talk about how well you think I did, what I may have left out, what I could have done better.
It's just like a legit game.
Yeah, answer questions 4 and 5. No, it's not great.
Okay. I was gonna say, man, I gotta think about it.
But you see, I'm going to look at it and see if I taught what I wanted to teach. Because if you all don't do well on these, I know that I didn't cover my objectives. I got too excited about the bouncy ball and didn't cover my objectives very well. I can already think about what I should have done, didn't do, because I just got so excited. So formative assessments help you understand how well you taught or not. So when you're done grading me and you've done your quiz, pass your quizzes all this way. Pass the quizzes all this way.
We don't need these other 3 pages.
You keep
What about the zone division part?
Huh? That's for you to keep.
Okay.
So you don't trip down.
Rip off the quiz. Does this mean you have to rip everything apart? Yeah. I should have done it in a better way. But you also have to rip off your grade from me.
Yeah.
So the only thing you're keeping are the lesson plan sample and the
Subdivision.
lesson plan rubric.
Which way do we do this?
Pass them all this way.
Everything?
The 2 things. So how did I do as a teacher? Come on, be tough with me.
Give you
10
an
out of 10.
Got an 8. So what did I miss?
The topics that we covered, you didn't state what we were supposed to do.
Yeah. I was just playing around. Yeah, I didn't really have a good objective in my head of what I wanted you to be able to accomplish at the end. What are some other things I messed up on?
Inquiry question.
Yeah, we didn't do any inquiry. Like, what would be an inquiry we could have done?
Like based on data that we saw, maybe like how the faculty ball fell compared to like the
Yeah. You know what would have been a good one? I've always been curious about how at the same mass, a bigger item will fall slower in air than a small one, even though it's the same mass, because there's more wind resistance when it's bigger. And you can change that on the simulation. You can make it 1 gram small or 1 gram big, and in air, it'll fall slower if it's big, because there's just more air resistance to the big thing. So that could have been a good inquiry question. How does the size of an object affect the way it falls in air, even if it's the same mass? Or we could have said, in a vacuum, how does the size of the object affect the way it falls? And then it shouldn't, right? Or how does the mass affect the way it falls? Then it shouldn't. So definitely skipped over inquiry. Gosh. What else did I mess up on? What did I do well? Did I do anything well?
Engaging.
So engaging,
Interest.
okay,
Asking
interesting.
questions.
Asking questions, asking predictions.
Showing up data and stuff.
I showed the data, but I didn't really let you.
We didn't look at graphs.
I didn't. Yeah, I think because it confused me. So I should have been a little more prepared with the graphs and the data so that I could have had you interpret it a bit better. I think I'm down to about a 7 now.
I said that students do well on the assessment item.
I said unknown.
No, because I don't think the assessment's really related to what I taught.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
yeah.
you have to kind of know.
Yeah, because
Other
they,
stuff.
yeah, they really didn't relate to. I
Like, we didn't
I was
see how it
trying
would
to
fall.
think of it as a sixth
Yeah, I don't know nothing
Yeah,
about
and
Yeah.
as a math, I would have
Maybe it
just.
was
You didn't do math. We didn't
Yeah.
practice that.
No.
And the cartoons were cute and all, but if you don't know that when something's going, it keeps going,
Yeah.
and then it starts falling. If you don't know that the velocity,
Yeah, we didn't know how
that
fast
inertia
that
keeps it, yeah, if you don't know that, you won't realize that Wile E. Coyote falling like that is not scientifically possible. And I wanted you to look at how the things flew out of his backpack as he was falling down.
It fell up.
They fell up, but you really have to. They,
It would've
they
just
probably
stayed- it's like they didn't
they
fall
might
off.
have if they
Yeah.
were cotton balls.
Right.
But that doesn't have to do with their mass. That's more to do with air resistance. So
Yeah.
yeah,
They were in a
my
backpack,
assessment
so
was
it
pretty
wasn't
lame.
I did well on the assessment.
But you might have had
From
prior
prior
knowledge. You
knowledge.
just might have known it,
That
and it
shows
might
it's
not have been
true.
because I
Yeah.
taught you. See, if I'd done a pre-post, I would have been able to see if my instruction did anything, or whether everybody got the same grade on the post-test that they did on the pre-test, which they probably would have done because I don't think I taught anything that was on the test. So it's a good thing I planned kind of a lame lesson on purpose, so that,
Wow. Okay.
so that you could find some flaws and look for some things that I could have done better. Otherwise, you'd be like, oh, of course she's going to do a perfect job. I could never do a perfect job. I want you to analyze my teaching. So good job, Krishnika, for doing a mediocre job on that. So now do you know what you're going to be doing in a couple weeks? We're going to be dividing up into different rooms around Haley Center in groups of like 4 or 5. And you're going to have, 10, 15 minutes to teach a lesson. You're going to start off with just one picture that's an engaged picture. You're going to move to the simulation, and then you're going to wrap up with some kind of an assessment. It might be nice if there was like a wrap-up discussion. In this lesson plan here, there's objectives, there's an image of cancerous cells for the engaged, and there's some questions. Then the person pulls up the cell division gizmo, and then there's some closure questions. And then there's the evaluate. So I really didn't do a good job of closing out my lesson either. Yeah. If you need to have this with you while you're teaching, just to make sure that you don't forget anything, that's fine. If I had written a real lesson plan, I might have done a better job. Okay? So the lesson plan is due in a week. And then I'll give you some feedback. I'll say, why don't you add a little more here, or do a little less there, or why don't you pick a different picture because that one's a little blurry. Or let's add one more question to your closure. So I'll give you some feedback. Then the following week you'll teach it. Okay? This isn't a big long PowerPoint. If you've already turned this in as a big long PowerPoint, go back and just have an engaging image to start off with, some discussion questions, and move right into your support. Okay? As far as presentations go, and I'm going to stop recording this now. I will think. Jared.
Bye, Jared.
Bye, Jared.
Nice to see this.
Yeah, it's still recording.
Have fun with your
How do you
baby
know it's still
breathing.
The
recording?
green dot on the top.
Oh, okay.
That's how you know when the FBI is recording too.
Okay, bye, Jared. I hope this works.